Stop looking for secret selling techniques. Fix your side hustle model first. If you're struggling to make sales, it's tempting to look for another secret selling technique. Maybe you need a better sales script. Maybe you need a new advertising method. Maybe you need to learn how to create urgency, follow up more often, or add another offer to your sales funnel. Those things can help, but there's a bigger question you should ask first. Is your side hustle model actually built to make selling easy? A lot of online business advice starts with the assumption that the product is already right, the market is already there, and the only problem is getting better at selling. I look at it differently. Before worrying about secret selling techniques, I want to know whether I'm selling something ordinary people are comfortable buying, whether I can make and ship it quickly, and whether I can bring my own audience to the sale instead of fighting hundreds of other sellers for attention. That's why I believe physical collectibles deserve a serious look in today's AI driven market. 1. Make it easy from creation to purchase. The traditional sales advice is simple. Don't overwhelm your customer with too many choices. That's good advice, but I think we need to take the idea of simplicity much further. Don't just make it easy for the customer to buy. Make the entire side hustle easy to operate. One reason I like ACEOs, art cards, editions, and originals is that they're small, tangible collectibles. My basic process is simple. 15 minutes to make it, 5 minutes to list it on eBay, 10 minutes to ship it, $20 per card. That's a completely different proposition from building a complicated digital business with a giant sales funnel, dozens of products, and endless technical tasks. The point isn't that every ACEO will sell for exactly 20 or that everyone will produce one in exactly 15 minutes. The point is that a good side hustle product should pass a simple test. Can you make it? Can you list it? Can you ship it? Can somebody understand what they're buying? If the answer is yes, you've eliminated a lot of unnecessary complexity before you've even made your first sale. 2. Don't just give customers ways to buy. Give yourself ways to reach them. The old selling advice also says to offer customers convenient ways to purchase. That makes sense. People have different buying preferences. But there's another part of the equation that gets overlooked. Where are the customers coming from? This is where I think a lot of eBay sellers get stuck. You can put your artwork on eBay and wait for somebody to find it. The problem is that you're now competing with everybody else who is also trying to get that buyer's attention. I've experienced that competition firsthand. When you're just another artist appearing in marketplace search results, you can end up in a race to the bottom for pricing. That's why my basic online business formula is send traffic from website A to website B. Website A is where you build attention. Website B is where the transaction happens. For me, YouTube can be website A and eBay can be website B. The important thing is that eBay doesn't have to be responsible for finding the customer. You can find the customer first. Then you send that person to where they can buy. That's a completely different way of thinking about marketplace selling. 3. Keep the side hustle simple. The original selling advice is right about one thing. Complicated buying processes can cause people to abandon a purchase. We've all experienced it. You find something you want, click through to buy it, and suddenly you're filling out endless forms, navigating confusing menus, or jumping through unnecessary hoops. Eventually you wonder, do I really want this? And sometimes you leave. The same principle applies to the seller. Your side hustle can become so complicated that you never actually do the work. You start worrying about websites, funnels, automation, digital products, email sequences, advertising systems, and a dozen other things before you've even made something to sell. That's backwards. One of the biggest pieces of advice I can give is simple. Take action and do the work. Make something, list it, get it in front of people, ship it, then do it again. That's one reason physical collectibles interest me. You aren't necessarily building an enormous information business just to make your first transaction. You can create something tangible and put it up for sale. 4. Follow up. But don't assume the answer is another ebook. Following up with customers is another useful selling principle. A customer who has already bought something from you has demonstrated that they're willing to spend money with you. That's valuable. But I would question the assumption that the best follow-up offer is automatically another digital information product. We're living in a different market than we were when a lot of traditional internet marketing advice was written. AI has changed the information product business. Anyone can create a digital product now, and if someone needs basic information, they can often simply ask AI for an answer. That doesn't mean every digital product is worthless. It does mean I don't think ordinary people should automatically be told that creating another ebook or information product is the easiest path to a side hustle. I'd rather start with something people can actually hold. Collectibles have something that information alone doesn't have: physical scarcity. There is only one original ACEO. You can make another card, but you can't make that exact original again. That's part of what makes physical collectibles interesting in an age when AI can generate enormous amounts of digital information and content. The bigger problem isn't your selling technique. This is the part I think gets missed by a lot of secret selling technique advice. If your product is difficult to make, difficult to explain, difficult to ship, and difficult to sell, learning another closing technique probably isn't going to solve the fundamental problem. And if you're completely dependent on marketplace search traffic, you're putting yourself into direct competition with everyone else selling similar products. Instead, look at the entire model. Ask yourself, is this a physical product people are comfortable buying? Can I make it quickly? Can I list it quickly? Can I ship it easily? Can I build an audience around it? Can I send people from my own content to the place where they can buy it? Those questions are more important to me than finding the next magic sales trick. Don't sell on eBay. Sell through eBay. There's an important distinction here. I'm not saying eBay is bad. I'm saying that eBay shouldn't necessarily be your entire marketing strategy. Use the marketplace for what it's good at, facilitating transactions and putting your product in front of people who are already shopping. But don't make the marketplace responsible for building your entire audience. Create content, build attention, let people get to know what you do, then send those people to the marketplace. That's how you can begin moving away from competing solely on price. When somebody already knows you from your content, you're no longer just another anonymous listing among hundreds of other artists. You're somebody they recognize. That changes the relationship. The side hustle model matters more than the secret. There will always be another secret selling technique, another script, another funnel, another advertising strategy, another guru promising that this is the thing you've been missing. I'm much more interested in something less glamorous. Does this business model make sense? For me, that means physical products, simple production, easy fulfillment, growing collectible markets, and content marketing that brings my own audience to the sale. The formula is simple. Make something people want. Make it simple enough to produce consistently. Create content that attracts an audience. Send people from website A to website B. Don't depend entirely on marketplace traffic. Keep doing the work. That's not a secret, and maybe that's the point. You don't necessarily need another secret selling technique. You may just need a side hustle model that makes selling easier in the first place. And please click the link in the description and check out my website for more information.